thanks for being here. What do you make of this most recent news? It feels like Germany might just now be waking up that if you dance with the devil, it might have consequences.
Yeah, Germany's learning the lesson. Unfortunately, President Biden hasn't so far. But yeah, stopping Nord Stream 2 is excellent. That's exactly what Germany needed to do.
What is that enough, though? Because we talk about America's response, and there's no doubt that America remains today the leader of the free world. But this is on the doorstep of Europe. Has Europe truly embraced the reality of the threat they have on their eastern flank?
Yeah, I would say Europe has woken up. I mean, honestly, this has united the EU and it's united NATO. My big issue is if President Biden only sanctions the regions in which the Russians have invaded, we actually push those people more dependent on Putin. So it's actually like we're supporting his invasion instead of trying to block it. What Germany did with Nord Stream 2 is a bold move. It hurts all of Russia, the Russian economy. That's the kind of sanctions that Biden promised. That's the kind of sanctions he's got to do.
Congressman, why aren't we doing that? This is a question Kamala Harris, our vice president, couldn't answer over there. If you are 100% certain an invasion is coming, why aren't there broad and swift sanctions on Russia, on Vladimir Putin, on his inner circle, as opposed to these incremental sanctions, which clearly are not deterring him?
Yeah, all this is another failed line in the line in the sand, just like back when Obama and Biden made a promise when Russia was in Syria. Here, they've made all this rhetoric about crippling sanctions on Russia, and then they do nothing to keep them from invading. And then when they do, they sanction the very region that pushes these people to be dependent upon Russia. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. It's like you're partnering with Putin, not trying to stop him.
It certainly doesn't look like we're trying to stop him. So if he feels like there's a green light, and this looks a lot like the minor incursion that was tacitly approved by Joe Biden, how far do you, in your calculation, based on what you see and what you understand of his goals, how far do you think he attempts to push?
No, he's going to continue on. I mean, look, Kazakhstan, Belarus, I mean, he basically, the Lukashenko election was a fraud. What he's done now by, both Crimea and the Donbas region, he's just going to continue to push. What we're going to see here is more disinformation in Georgia, the Republic of Georgia, more disinformation in the Baltics. He's going to sneak people in there and do this. This is his new modus operandi. Authoritarians, all they have to do is infiltrate a region, claim a rebellion, go in and support those people, and you've just taken over a part of a country. I mean, this is the modus operandi of Putin, and we just supported it and backed it up.
It's amazing. And then he calls the troops invading peacekeepers after he caused all the problem to begin with. It's
exactly.
Amazing. All right, Congressman, thank you so much for your insight this morning. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Pete.